Yo, what's going on? It's someone that's no one, and welcome to Trip Sesh number 3. Note, I'm not tripping yet, this is sober no one, we're just here for a quick intro and to lay some things out. Now for this third trip sesh, I decided to do Robotablets since I had a decent amount of people asking me about it, and they just came out a month ago, so, why not lay out some first impressions and do that? Now I know we did do DX on the last time, but I will note, this is at a different dose. It is through Robotablets, so it is a different route of administration, a somewhat fresh experience. And also I will be talking about the coronavirus as I did test positive for that, so it's kind of like a Robotablet and Corona blend. And I do talk about two different experiences. The first experience I do talk about somewhat briefly, don't get into too deeply, only because I was, inebriated at the time and trying to remember it. Turns out, not the best recipe for accuracy. So I will be talking about my 822 milligram dose more deeply another time. But other than that, it is what it is. As always with these trip sessions, the recording may come out to be, a little less professional, a little more sloppy. You might hear some of my breathing at some points. I am smoking, keep in mind. I do drop some more F-bombs more than usual, and just kind of, let loose with things. And I just was pretty inebriated overall at the time. Either way though, I think you guys are going to like it. So let's waste no more time and dive right into this. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's someone. Here is the live recording of me off the Robo tablets and the Robo tablet review. I'll probably have something outside of this, but man, I feel fucking fucked. All right. Today we're gonna be talking about the experience I just had and the first experience I've had with Robo tablets, and give a general first impression of what I think of the substance. And also we're gonna be talking about the coronavirus because I recently had that too. So why the hell not? And it's a smoke sesh. Smoke sesh number 3, or trip fucking sesh. Can barely fucking talk. But we're going to be going over my experience I just had and what I think of the Robo tablets, what they are if you don't know, and all this and that. We'll explain it all. But first things first. Let's spark this fucking blunt. I want to smoke. And remember, use your hemp wick, guys. I have that here. Alright, so if you don't know what the Robo tablets are, the R30s is what I like to call them. The Robo tablet 30s, because they're little small pellets now in 30 milligram small ass tablets. Basically means just, much more ideal route of administration for trippers and even, just people looking to get the medicinal effect out of it, if there fucking is any people. I honestly don't know, but now I tripped off this the first time 2 weeks ago, I think, at this point. A little over, actually. And some of you guys may remember I posted it on Snapchat, and if you want to see more things like that, more updates of what I do, a little more raw, add me on the Snap. But for the first time trying the Robo tablets, I tried, I ended up doing 600 milligrams, which is 20 pills. And if you don't know, with the Robo tablets, that is free base, so it does convert to a higher dosage than what you would normally get. So instead, it was a 822 milligram dose equivalent. Now, the main thing coming into Robo tablets for me, what I was looking for, fuck the gel caps, fuck having to process the gel caps. That's one thing. But also just the nausea. Now, I was hoping there would be no nausea, and I'll just say now, it's sad to say, I puked this time and the last time. The first time, the 822 milligram dose, I did puke off of that. Now, it took a while to hit, and I thought I wasn't actually going to puke, but it just kind of came out of nowhere on me. And the thing was, it wasn't that bad. Now with the Robo gel caps, I feel like your stomach's just on 10 because you gotta process all that extra fucking gelatin capsules that hold the DXM. It's just a lot of extra bullshit for one. But I'm being a bit biased also, you gotta keep in mind. I do believe my body has come to a point where it is just rejecting the DXM, and I'll explain that once we talk about the trip I just had. But for the first fucking trip, yeah, I yacked once. It was just one time, and wasn't even bothered by it. It was kind of dry, not the most comfortable feeling, of course, when it's dry, but when it's only once and it's not that big of a deal, hey, that's positive in my book. But it definitely did send me somewhere. With that, I did end up having an out-of-body experience, and I felt like I was in touch with another realm, specifically with the internet, though. And I was hallucinating that I could pretty much see the energy that was being sent, like, back and forth between people through social media, specifically my friends, and that I was able to influence it. Now, this may sound fucking crazy to you and whatnot, but this is the shit that I experienced the first time, and these are just the effects of the DXM. I don't want to get too deep into what the trip is and what it actually means, or the philosophy behind it and all. We're more so just covering the basics of what happened and how I feel about these Robotablets, and then we'll talk about the coronavirus. But I remember I was going in a series, of hot, cold, maybe I got a shit, maybe I don't. But eventually I ended up in bed where I did hallucinate all that, to where I was just feeling, the world was filled with empathy, filled with euphoria, especially found in the music. But let's just move on to this experience today. Because trying to remember that and still going through this experience and trying to talk about this experience, we'll see what we do for the video. But today's experience, I decided to do I would say my sweet spot for a recreational DXM dose, or what used to be what I would consider my sweet spot, and that would be 450 milligrams. Now you got to take 11 30 milligram pills, which will equivalent to 452 milligrams. Whatever, right there. Now the effects I got, I did not expect at all. It hit like a fucking truck today, and I would even say it hit even harder compared to the first time I took it. Now, it came on all right, and I was kind of feeling euphoric at first, but just out of nowhere, like, DXM can just be wonky. And, like, all of a sudden, oh shit, well, I feel like I gotta fucking go shit. And once I'm on the toilet, well, I feel like I gotta puke. Like, I can't stop, I'm puking. So, even though, they're smaller tablets, you take less, you don't have to process as much crap. I'm pretty sure, like I said, my body is at that stage where it's just like, man, fuck this DXM bullshit. We're tired of having to process so goddamn much of it. We know what's up with the DXM, but DXM is beautiful still at the end of the day. That's the thing. But yeah, I ended up like puking, like, fucking, and it lasted a while. It lasted at least like 2-3 hours. Where I felt like I had to keep puking, going in between bed, laying down, and then back to the fucking toilet. Either the fucking puke or have some diarrhea. Now, even for this, I did fast too. That's the thing. So it even shows, like, my body ain't fucking having this shit. It ain't happy with it right now. It just ain't happy physically. Mentally, I think it is, but physically, nah. Either way, I felt extreme fucking dissociation today, and specifically just on my perception and just reality in general, and just how, like, we're all alone at the end of the day, and we all got ourselves at the end of the day, and it is what it is through our own experience, and we make the best of it through our own experience. But we are we, and we as a unit and just as a being of thought is kind of like alone in a sense. I may be tripping, this might not make any sense, but it's just thoughts that came up during this experience. I got a decent amount of closed eye visuals with this one. I didn't go out of body by any means, but just the feeling of dissociation, just disconnection from reality I got from this experience, and just the feelings I got just from the environment too, compared to the first time. Maybe that's because I was more so dissociated on a higher dose that it actually dulled some of the effects, while 450 brings out some of the effects without not dulling too much. So it's like a unique space, and like maybe that's why I felt like it hit harder or like in a different way for me. I'm not really sure about that. But man, I don't know. I feel like I've been kind of rambling here a little bit, but it is what it is. We're high as fuck. We're off the DXM. We're tripping. We're here for the trip sesh. We're smoking. So let's talk about this little coronavirus, because some people did mention like, oh yeah, make a trip report or whatever. And I don't necessarily. I mean, I guess I'd be down if it was actually fucking worth it. Now, you guys might remember I made a post back in like July that I did get sick and I thought I may have had coronavirus then, and I actually didn't. I have no fucking clue what I had. And whatever I had was fucking way worse than the coronavirus. But besides that, around that time, people were asking me, oh, do a coronavirus trip report, write a story about it, or, read some out. Now, I would for that experience back in July, but I wouldn't for this coronavirus. If you don't know, I did test positive for it. Whatever. It feels like a bitch-ass cold to me. I haven't really been fucking hit by it too hard, and, that's why I decided to do this fucking DXM. I've been chilling off it for the most part. The first day, it was kind of bad. I was just more so fatigued. I had strong chills and night sweats. But after that, things just kind of settled out. I did get somewhat mucusy on the third day, but at this point, like 5-6 days after having it, I think. No. It's been a week, almost a week. I feel pretty much fine, which it's not the most exciting thing to talk about. It just felt like just some fucking weak bug to me. But who's to say what's gonna happen for the next person, right? It's gonna vary from person to person. And if you do have some crazy corona experience, feel free to send it in. We'll still report it, because sickness in itself is a unique experience. But other than that, back to the Robotablets. Are they good? They're good in a way. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I'm getting my DXM in a more efficient way. Like, I don't gotta take as much. They're smaller. My body doesn't gotta process as much. Still has to process DXM, of course, but regardless, it's a step in the right direction for tripping specifically and recreational effects. I'm not saying that you won't experience nausea just because they're little pellets now. I've experienced nausea. Specifically, I think I am conditioned though against DXM, just my mind knowing like I'm taking DXM, like this shit is shit I throw up, normally when I take it. So that's just kind of what's in my mind and what happens with DXM though. The DXM trips I got from it, very analytical recently actually, very insightful. This one being super recreational actually. The come up sucks, but afterwards it always tends to be enjoyable. That's the thing with DXM. But I think I'm gonna end it there. I mean, I think I said what I've wanted to say about these Robo tablets. Yeah, they're not guaranteed to do fucking shit. I mean, it's a more efficient route of administration. I'll say that. I'll give it that, right? But it's not guaranteed to be anti-nausea or nothing like that, to make it like a perk 30 where you just gotta pop it and it's easy like that. You still need to take a decent amount to feel some recreational effects. But like I said, I'm biased, so for someone new coming into DXM, trying these for the first time, maybe they'll have no problems with them at all. And if you are such a person, let me know if you do have such an experience. But we're going to leave it there. If you guys did enjoy this little quick first impressions on the Robotablets, little smoke sesh mix with the Corona update or whatever the fucking random shit, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow the socials. It's been someone that's no one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.